All right, yeah, dude, that's crazy.
It's freaking frustrating.
That's definitely fair use. That wasn't even like a major company. That wasn't the NFL. That guy doesn't own football content. I mean,
Uh, yeah, I don't know.
that's literally like me like copywriting someone for using my. That's like me copywriting Dion for using the 20
Well,
for using
why
the.
isn't the guy copyrighted for putting up this content himself as a video?
He did.
No, I'm saying why isn't he?
Yeah.
He's playing the NFL's content. Why is his video allowed, but we're not allowed to show the video on a live stream? That's nonsense.
We're just. I don't know, man. We're just gonna talk football. I'm not risking it anymore. I can't get suspended, so I'd rather be able to post videos and all that. So
That's nonsense. That is literally the definition of fair use. 100%.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we could talk some
Yeah. Well, I even shouted out the channel. It's not like I just pulled it up and just we talked about it. Like I shouted out the channel and gave it a like. Like that's as fair as you can get. Oh, whatever. Yeah, we're just not gonna do film on of NFL stuff. Because what's weird is my college stuff. I haven't gotten that. I did Levi. I did the Levi film. I did the Amon Ra film. Didn't get in trouble. And I did it for like over an hour for Levi.
I'll send you a
And I
link
didn't
though.
get in trouble.
Can you put this up on the screen so we have something to talk about?
Yeah.
Start here.
Yeah. Oops.
Oh, I am doing a film session with Luke. I think we're gonna do it
Yeah.
tomorrow. And he's gonna have all 22. I don't think it's gonna be a live. I think it's gonna be a video. Maybe Luke knows that you can't do that live without getting in trouble. I don't know.
Right. Well, he's done it before. I think he did it with Jared Davis
Okay.
the
Yeah.
other day. Well, not the other day, but like he did it a long time ago.
So go
Said
down a little
Jared
bit. Go to the first section and then sort by completion percentage.
Where's that?
Right
there it is.
Just click on completion percentage.
There it is.
Yeah.
Right, it's right here, right? Accuracy.
No, completion percentage.
Oh, there it is. Okay, right. There we go.
This is deep throws in 2018.
Oh wow.
And it's not little attempts. That's 53 attempts of passes past 21 plus air yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number one. So this guy has like his own little thing where he decides what balls are accurate and which ones are not accurate, which is totally subjective, obviously. Objectively, though, completion percentage is an objective measurement. Like the ball was caught or it wasn't. We can argue all day how accurate the ball was because that's what he does with the accuracy rating at the end. But completion percentage of balls thrown over 21 plus yards, Jared Goff in 2018 was number one in the NFL. End of story. Mm-hmm. So you tell me this guy can't throw the deep ball when he completed 51% of them in freaking 2018.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's above Russell Wilson, Baker's rookie year, which was a fantastic year.
But here's the thing, though, is so 2018 he dominated. 2019 he was okay, but Brandon Cooks had concussions all season long, so he basically didn't play healthy at all. So his deep threat was gone. 2020 he had no deep threat. So we're talking about a guy who, quote unquote, can't throw deep. It's nonsense. When he's had a deep threat, he's been good. Even in 2017 with Sammy Watkins. And Watkins, I told you, had a history. So a long history of not finishing his routes out. Like you could physically see him slow down. And Watkins has now since said he basically was drunk the entire year he played for the Rams.
Wow.
He was partying every day. He was hungover every day. Watkins has himself come out and said he was hungover his entire year with the Rams. So that's not even like me bashing a guy or taking theories. Like that's fact.
Wow.
So the difference is in the 2017 deep ball project this guy does, he blames the incompletions between him and Watkins all on Goff. He says, "Oh, Watkins he was a first round pick, so this is all Goff's fault." But that's nonsense. And I want to see where did Goff end up in 2017 in deep ball. He ended up 17th based on this guy's numbers, but again, completion percentage, he was pretty good. I will send this one to you too if you want to check this one out. You don't have to put it now, put it up later, but that's a 2017 deep ball project. So, yeah, and you'll even read it. Basically, it was The main problem he had with Jared Goff in 2017 was he kept missing Sammy Watkins. But I'm telling you, you watch the film on that, and it was not Goff's fault. Those completions didn't occur.
See.
He's down at he's 17th. So you just scroll down to 17th, you'll get all that verbiage and whatnot.
Is there any spot you want me to stop, or just have the stats here?
Yeah, you can look at the stats. I mean, he completed 44%. Remember, this is his first year starting, right? So this is his first year as a starter. He completed 44% of his passes, his deep ball passes. And in fact, if you look, his passes between, if you combine all his passes between like 30 yards and more, he was even better. His weakness was actually those 20 to 24 yard ones. And then obviously you look down at the second section and it shows you the clean pocket versus pressure. He completed 49% of his clean pocket deep passes. Play action, he completed 57% of his deep passes. I mean, Goff can throw the deep ball. Don't let anyone lie to you and tell you he can't. Just because he didn't do it last year with no deep threat. Our fastest receiver last year was 40 time wise was like 4.6.
That's insane. Well, and I don't know. I just think it's just funny because it's one thing to go to Super Bowl as a quarterback. Tampa had a really bad quarterback. They went to the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer went to the Super Bowl. I mean, you've had bad quarterbacks go to the Super Bowl, but the thing is, you don't get 32 touchdowns and well over 4,000 yards with an 8 yards per throw.
Yeah.
Without reading a defense. I mean, I don't.
So
there's good schemes, but I don't think that's.
There's a little bit more. And I don't know how to say this without pissing off some Stafford fans, but there's a little bit more to playing quarterback than putting up stats, right? And
yeah.
There's two sides of this table, right? Number one, Stafford has an absolutely shocking record against winning teams. It's actually horrendous, right? I think you guys are probably pretty aware of that. Yeah. On the other hand, Stafford has all these comeback wins, right? Tons of comeback wins. Well, first of all, has anyone had more opportunities to come back than Matthew Stafford over the last decade?
No.
It's not very likely. It's more than probable he's had the most. See, they don't tell you that. They don't tell you fourth quarter comeback opportunities, right? Because that would change the stat altogether. They don't tell you he had 100 chances and he got 30 of them. Okay, so he has 30% comeback percentage, right? Because that would change. That would make it look very different. And they don't tell you about who Stafford's coming back against because of the fact that we know that he doesn't beat winning teams. I think it's safe to say most of those fourth quarter comebacks were against losing teams. So I think that's a point that needs to be made.
Go play basketball.
I bet you money. One Pride said it's just wild to me that how Patricia figured out McVay's offense. Patricia did not figure out McVay's offense. You want to know what happened here? I'm willing to bet cold hard cash on this. Freaking Bill Belichick checking out the new hot thing in Sean McVay, and he called up his buddy Matt Patricia and said, "Hey, I want you to try X, Y, and Z against the Rams and see what happens."
Yeah,
I bet money that's what happened because we've seen enough evidence to know that Matt Patricia is not intelligent enough or innovative enough to have thought that up himself. I'm willing to bet because what happened after Matt Patricia, quote unquote, came up with it, and of course, Bill Belichick gave him credit for it because why wouldn't he? And then Vic Fangio. So this is the way I always tell people. Matt Patricia opened the door. Vic Fangio kicked the door open, and then Bill Belichick blew the door up with a freaking nuclear bomb. Because it was that progression of, okay, we looked pretty shaky against the Lions. That was one of the worst games that us as Rams fans had seen McVay's offense. It was ugly when we played the Lions. It was weird. It was like nothing that was supposed to be working was working. And then we played the Bears, and they had the talent. to pull off that strategy to the max. And then the Patriots game was horrible because what the Patriots did differently than the Lions and the Bears was nothing. All they actually really truly changed was Danny Shelton absolutely abused our 33-year-old center who was injured and old and beaten up and tired, who literally our centers play gradually declined over the course of the season. And the Super Bowl, he was useless. If you watch that Super Bowl over again, you watch the film, Danny Shelton blew up the pocket on almost every single play. When you're talking about a pocket quarterback who doesn't have a pocket to step into, it's just like, it's good game. It's over.
Oh yeah. Well, I actually liked Shelton than more people did, but that's one of my things. Matt Patricia is the biggest example of X and O's are not everything when it comes to a coach. Matt Patricia also had the Chiefs game where he supposedly had figured out the recipe to beat Mahomes, but the biggest thing is he didn't motivate his player, and he didn't have other coaches to help complement his supposed genius.
I honestly think Bill Belichick was using him as a guinea pig.
I don't know. Well, during his time in Detroit, I mean, he had the Rams and the Chiefs. Well, he actually always seemed to do well against the elite teams, but we always lost the game.
Why not call up your mentee and be like, yeah, let's. Why don't you see if this works against the Rams? I think this is good. This is a good strategy. And then Matt Patricia's thinking he's getting inside information from his coach, which he should. But really, Bill Belichick is going, if this works, I'll have a leg up when we see them next time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By the way, the comparisons to Trent Dilfer and other garbage quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls is utter nonsense. Trent Dilfer was a garbage quarterback. Mm-hmm. They won it there based on the quality of the defense. Trent Dilfer had 12 touchdowns and 11 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the bad quarterbacks who won Super Bowls were horrendous. And it was just a great matchup for those teams those years.
Good. And like Eli Manning went 9-7 and won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
He didn't even play all that well that year.
Well, Eli Manning's the next good example. People compare him to Eli Manning. Eli Manning never had any season as good as Jared Goff seasons in his whole career. Never even really close. I mean, geez, his best quarterback rating season is 93. Jared Goff has had, 3 seasons better than that in 4 years?
Yep.
So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't think Alex Smith is a fair comparison. I think the reason why is because Alex Smith is the prototypical definition of a system quarterback, and I think Jared Goff is a system quarterback plus. If we watch the highlights, if YouTube allowed us to watch videos, then we would see Jared Goff makes a lot of plays, escaping pressure, maneuvering out of the pocket, and throwing on the run. Alex Smith really, really, really can't throw on the run. And let me see if I can find that graphic, because Jared Goff was the best quarterback throwing outside of the pocket in 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very true.
I can find that graphic. I'll send it to you. And
yeah. Well, and I think the other thing people always forget about is it's very rare for there not to be such thing as a system quarterback. And honestly, I prefer a system quarterback than the guy who can do all these systems.
Do you know why you prefer that? Because it's inconsistent.
Yep.
You can't guarantee what he's going to do is going to work. So this is, I found it. This is, I'll send it to you on Discord. This is the graphic of the best quarterbacks outside of the pocket passing in 2018. So this is a list Alex Smith could never be on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's only the NFC West. There's another one where it's the whole NFL.
So impressive because there's Russell Wilson in that division.
Yes, but he was the best in all of football. I just got to find that picture.
Mm-hmm. Holy crap, he had a way better rating. Here, I'll just kind of share my... Here, the only thing I can do is share that on your message. Do you find a direct message being shown?
That's fine.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, there it is. Outside pocket. So better than Wilson, Mullins, and Jeez, Rosen sucked.
Yeah, he's garbage.
Wow. That was really an overhyped class in a way with Darnold and all that. Is Yeah, like I don't know. I just think Goff is a lot better of a quarterback. Even before I met you and all
Mhm.
that, I always kind of said Goff was better than people gave him credit for. Now, granted, I didn't think he was Stafford level, or I didn't think he was like a super franchise quarterback, but I thought he was one of the better like pure passers. But I don't know.
Gurley's knee problems did not come from Detroit. No, Gurley had 2 torn ACLs in college, and they ended up diagnosing him with a degenerative arthritis, which means that the stuff in his knee was continuing to disintegrate over time because of the wear and tear on his knees.
Man, he still decided to play football.
I mean, why not?
I guess
He
get
can always
millions.
get his knees replaced. He can't always make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But
All right.
so
Well,
go ahead.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I just can't believe that. Just surprises me. Um. So personally, this has actually technically been like an hour of a live, and I actually have something somewhere I have to go. Um. I'm sorry this live was kind of like oh we planned and all that jazz.
Right.
I don't know. I hope me and you can do something like later again.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to all the viewers too. I mean, we had like 14, 15, something like that on there. So
When we were watching film, yeah, it was going really good.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, have a good day. See you
Yep.
later, man.
See you.